If it ain't got soul, so you rock don't roll. If it ain't got soul, so you rock don't roll. If it ain't got soul, so you rock don't roll. Talking about soul, I'm a soul-living man. Talking about rocks, diamond in the motherland. Babylon the wicked, them a wicked man. Smile in your face, take bread from your hand. World Bank come up with a takeover plan, but you still can't conquer job children. Swing down sweet chariots and come again. Blow up the Babylon the wicked system. I don't care where you went to school at. I don't care what job that you got. Stone in a bone, we know in none of that. We know drawn in a race, we know in a rap back. There was in the detail, the horns in the hat. Anything what you done, I must say Babylon tax. Tax from the sound and the tax from the track. Move to your knees, I must say hey to your back.
My name is Richard Hartnell. I'm originally from Bellingham, Washington, and now I live at the Vulcan in Oakland, California, and I'm a full-time circus artist. Primarily, I'm what's called a contact juggler, which is kind of hard to describe. My shortcut is that I'm the best one-ball juggler most people have seen.
My name is Mel, and I am with the Ministry of Flow. I do object manipulation, mostly spin tech fans. I also spin mini hoops and double staffs and poi and regular hoops.
My name is Greg Alvey. I've been spinning for almost 13 years. Live in Oakland, East Bay native. The type of flow arts I enjoy playing with the most are poi and double staff.
My name is Tiana Zoomer. I'm from Oakland, California. I am a hooper. I am a teacher as well as a performer. I teach workshops in the Bay Area. I teach at a lot of different spinning festivals. If you wanted to get into contact with me, you can check out my YouTube channel, which is Wantanamara.
Hi, my name is Emily. I'm from Vermont. I've been spinning poi solidly for about 2 years. What a poi is, it's a ball on a string with a handle. That's all it is. And what you do with it is you spin it in patterns and you move your body around, sort of, you dance.
Hi, I'm Adrian Day, and I'm founder of the Ministry of Flow. I spin mainly staff, double staff. I do a little bit of dragon staff as well. And just playing with various props, but that's what I started with. We started the Flow Collective about 6 months ago. And it's basically a combination of artists, performers, flow artists, healers, and teachers to bringing flow out there to the world.
Object manipulation is the umbrella term that's used within the circus to describe any circus art that revolves around a prop. So juggling or hula hooping, pretty much all of fire spinning, those arts where somebody might be spinning a ball on top of a parasol or cigar boxes, or all that stuff falls under object manipulation.
So using props as an extension of your body, but more importantly, it's about trying to find, at least first personally for me, trying to find the state of flow.
I use it as a form of dance, kind of like a partner. There's also a lot of utilization of tricks, technique. Flow is a big part of it.
The general practice of moving an object through space to create an illusion or a pattern or something.
So it can combine aspects of dance or acrobatics or that sort of thing. But if it's about the prop, then that's what we describe as manipulation.
There are a bunch of different poi, and I have some here. Simplest poi to use and make, I guess, are sock poi. Just a trouser sock. I cut a split in the top so I could make a loop-shaped handle. Then I made a beanbag out of some rice and a balloon. Put it together, and that's a sock poi.
I personally just focus on using hoops. There's a lot of different varieties of hoops that keep becoming developed, so I keep playing with them and generally manipulating the same space. I use the regular hula hoop, I use minis, which is just a smaller version of a hula hoop, and then you can use 2 of those for separate manipulation.
You also have a contact poi, which is a contact ball and a string and a handle.
So I played with square hula hoops, ones that bend.
There are also poi with LED lights in them. And these are really fun for places where you can't spin fire.
Fire hula hoops, fire, when you introduce that, it kind of becomes a different prop because there are spikes all along the outside. And I hula hoop the same way, but there's a lot of different protective gear some people wear to help, so you cut back on burns, but it's kind of most likely gonna happen anyways.
Fire poi with Kevlar wicks. Mine are covered right now. Show you that. So this is braided Kevlar, chain, and a handle.
Since I started spinning fire, I've picked up fire on different tools as I start spinning those different tools and practicing with them. And lately I've actually found that I want a little bit of a decrease in the fire that I involve in my flow practice, and I want to just focus more on the movement itself and not on the spectacle of the fire. So I still really enjoy it, and I think it's a beautiful art form. I just think that there's a lot that can be done also without fire.
How I initially got into poi and how I started learning it was through just boredom initially. It became something that had a dog toy and I was spinning it around, and somebody was like, hey, people do that on fire. And I was like, oh really? People do this on fire? And so I continued to spin.
Flow arts is definitely an international phenomenon. There's a whole community of people bound together through meeting at a lot of festivals initially, and predominantly now I would say it's all online.
Now there are many tutorial videos on each and every move, and the culture has developed so much that people are just innovating left and right. You can learn combinations of moves that people are discovering for themselves any day of the week.
If you want to get into a spin jam, there's probably a spin jam every night of the week around the Bay. That's how large the community is.
People form their own little collectives and their own spin jams. Like they meet at a certain time, or they just do it renegade, and they meet when they talk about it and when they want to meet. But if you just see someone on the street, with some juggling clubs, just or a hula hoop, you can run up to them and say, hey, I want to get into this. And almost everybody I've ever encountered in the flow community is really, really open and always wants to include everybody who wants to get involved. So if you just ask, you'll find a way.
So I see flow as a practice, and there's probably never a level of perfection, because each time you achieve a certain state, you always strive to get better and taking it to the next level.
At a recent performance, I kind of closed my eyes and went into that space, and I dropped routine and went free flow. And as soon as I closed my eyes and I started hitting these hybrids, I heard the crowd and I could feel their energy, and it was just one of those moments.
There's this dissociative experience, not unlike the dissociative experiences found in mysticism or in deep meditation or other similar states of mind.
It's just very internalized. It takes a second of getting into your body, because it's about your connection to not only your environment but yourself, and having control over the space between that, and finding the cleanest channels for your expression to open, and at the same time focusing on what the opportunities are in the realms of things that you have never done before.
I think it's that the flow state is a state of health, and it's a state of happiness. and it's a state that can be spread to other people. So people can find their flow in a lot of things, like in sports or in massage, in yoga practices, in object manipulation, and just art forms of every kind. Visual art, sound art, performance art, the theater, everything. Film. Film is one of those things.
It's very personal for every person. People can do the same move and maybe get the same feeling, but everyone has a different style. And I think when you are really in the zone, there's a definably you experience.
It's just a way of expressing yourself and finding kind of a higher consciousness or awareness within yourself and within others. That's how I think of it. Doesn't really know any limits. And I think that flow arts is a term that can be applied towards anything that anybody could ever feel content and peaceful and comfortable doing.
It is said to be the ultimate human experience. I don't know if it is, but based on my experience, flow can be pretty intense once you experience it. At the same time, very, very peaceful and calming.
It's being immersed in anything you do, whether it be walking down the street, whether it be object manipulation, whether it be sound production, whether it be art in itself. It's being fully conscious in the actions that you are doing. It's about being within the moment, for the moment. That is a state of flow.